Hey guys, it's the Chad, your C10 truck nerd. Well, first off, I'd like to say Happy New Year to all you folks and thanks for another year of continued support. Now, if you're not familiar with the channel, I'm a guy who buys, sells, flips, trades, and hoards a ton of trucks and truck parts each and every year, trying to support my small truck habit that just seems to be getting worse. Now, our goal with this channel is to go through and encourage fathers, kiddos, and guys on really tight budgets to keep turning wrenches on these old trucks. And the way I help with that is I try to keep as many good used parts out there in circulation as I can. That way it's a little bit more affordable for everybody. Now last year we went through and I thought it'd be kind of fun to go through and just document how many trucks and truck parts that I was buying and selling throughout the year, which was really fun, but it was pretty depressing when I played it back because I've got a problem. Now this year I think we're gonna do the same thing, but I also wanna go through and hit some of the highlights of the year, some of the failures with the channel, and what we have in store for 2025. So sit back, relax, and get ready to feel a little bit better about yourself once you see how bad off I am. Great. Well, 2024 was a very active year of buying trucks and truck parts. I actually strike that. It was probably more active on the buying truck parts than selling them. You know, we've got a pretty good sized property here and I completely junked everything up. You know, I filled a quarter of the driveway full of stuff. Any of the trucks that have beds, they're full of stuff. The cabs, I filled up the third garage bay, our walkout basement pit, the north side of the shop, in the shop. If you ever wondered how many disassembled C10s you can fit in a 10 by 16 garden shed, the answer is 2. You shouldn't know the answer to that question, but I do. Plus it's filled with the mower and everything else. And truly, you know, God bless my wife, I have 2 short beds in the basement of our house. Yeah, 2. Tell me I don't have problems. Now I was able to go through and stockpile a ton of new and used parts for my builds, but everything that I'm buying is just not for me. I flip quite a bit of stuff each and every year. Now it helps me save a little money. I can put new parts towards my builds, but I'm truly helping out a lot of my customers with the used stuff because they get good deals on really good parts, so it's kind of a win-win. But I'd say one of my biggest problems that I've run into is I only sell the parts that I'm not going to use for my builds or I don't think I'll use in the future, but as many trucks as I'm bringing home every year, I don't want to sell anything because I think I'll use it, you know, eventually, and that's not good. I mean, I think that's the definition of a hoarder. That's what somebody told me, but I got to change my ways because it's pretty overwhelming to say the least. So let's go through and show you guys, you know, the beginning of 2024, the 1 or 2 or 10 tons of junk that I brought home. Ah, dang it. That's wet. Talk about wet socks. Great, perfect, Kansas weather. Well, a lot of people ask me where I'm finding all these great deals and all these parts, and that's pretty easy, you know. Truly, I just happen to be at the right place at the right time, and I won't lie, I definitely cruise Marketplace daily, looking for junk that I don't need. I hit a couple auctions every year, but I'd say probably my best resource that I have is all my local C10 truck buddies. I mean, I've got a great network of guys here. A lot of times they're reaching out to me saying, hey Chad, I'm getting ready to list some stuff. You want first dibs on it? And they give me a better deal. If I miss something out there on the net, they usually point me in the right direction, or they just tell me about stuff they see out there in the wild. So it's awesome that they do this for me, and I'd also say it's a curse because I have no willpower, and you go from, you know, just having one truck to, you know, owning Sanford and Sons. So again, it's getting really out of control. So let's see what else I bought in 2024. Well, I'm sure that looked like a bunch of stuff to some of you guys out there, because it absolutely was. And remember, I only took pictures of probably half of this stuff because I just don't remember to do that. But if you guys live in the city or an HOA, well, if you live in an HOA, you probably can't do any of this. You know, you can probably have a truck if you park it in your third garage bay and push it outside so nobody hears your loud pipes. But even me living here in the city, I can't have all of this stuff. You know, I got another complaint this year, surprise, surprise. And I try to keep things under control, but we have a neighbor here. I call her Karen, don't know what her real name is, but she got in trouble for something else. So she drove the neighborhood, tried getting everybody else in trouble. So guess what? It was time for me to liquidate a little bit. So I went through and sold a ton of parts, sold a short bed chassis, I sold a cab, sold a bed, and I reluctantly put up for sale my 1971 Chevy C10 long bed that my oldest named Bluey. And I tell you, that was a sad day. Now I knew it was going to be hard to sell old Bluey, but it was probably the best thing that happened to me in 2024. Reason being is Michael Satterfield with the Satterfield Group and GentlemanRacer.com is the one that bought the truck. Now he bought it for Distinctive Industries because they were going to make it a patina build to debut at the SEMA show in Las Vegas. Their plan was to go through and make this their parts delivery or their parts runner truck, like they pulled it straight out in 1971, put a flatbed on it, a bunch of lettering down the side, and load it full of their interior boxes, which was going to be awesome. Now they had a very, very tight deadline, and unfortunately they didn't get it done in time for SEMA, which was a little disappointing, but I was okay with it because I was still able to go to Vegas to the SEMA show for the first time, which was probably one of the coolest experiences I've ever had in my life. So earlier I said I wanted to talk about some of the highlights we had throughout the year, and I tell you, 2024 was very successful. I went through and met so many great folks, quite a few famous people. My cousin, AKA the Enabler, he went through and had this harebrained idea that we would build his 1968 GMC 1500 in less than 40 days for C10 Nationals in Texas, which we did, and it was a blast. Quite a few of our folks from the ICT Truck Club went down there and we got to hang out together. And even our buddy Nick, he won C10 Truck of the Year with his 1967 C10 short bed that he calls Lucille. That was an awesome achievement. I was also able to go to the SEMA show. We had quite a few truck gatherings, and I just got to network with a lot of people, partnered with a couple companies for the YouTube channel, and we pumped out 60 YouTube videos this year. I mean, it was a lot. I am tired. Well, I was reading up on something the other day about subliminal messaging, and I'm not super familiar with that. Maybe some of you guys are, but I guess it's a way to get people to do something without them even know they're doing it. Like, subscribe to the channel, buy my shirts, you guys will love it. But I'm gonna dig into that because I don't know if it's bogus or if that could really work. So I'll let you guys know what I find out. So. Now these trucks are great, but that's not what it's all about to me. Hanging out with buddies, networking, and spending time with my girls working on these old trucks, just like I did with my dad when I was a kid. I mean, that's completely what it's all about. So let me show you what a little bit of fun looked like in 2024. 2024 was a blast, but with all the fun we had quite a few failures on the channel as well. And I don't mind talking about those. Like one, I want to go through and start working on forest, and that didn't happen. I want to go through and start getting organized around here, and I started to. I was selling a bunch of stuff, but as quick as it would go out, I'd backfill it with more junk and I spiraled out of control again. I wanted to get the shop done. That didn't happen. And I wanted to hit 25,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel, and I failed miserably there as well. But with all these failures, it gives me goals for 2025. Now my plans are to go through and upfit the car trailer with a winch and lights. That way I can start hauling my own junk. I do want to get things organized. I have to finish the shop. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I got to start working on trucks in there year round. Forest, we're gonna have this thing running in 2025. That is a kind of a big goal for me, but I've had hurdles, weather, money issues, traveling, work's been busy. It's just a lot of excuses, I guess, but we're gonna strive to do better this year. So I wanna hit that 25,000 subscriber mark on YouTube as well. That, and I want to buy 5 trucks. You know, it's 2025. I think a fair number is to buy 5 trucks this year, and we are 2 weeks deep into the year, and I've already bought 2. So I'm already, you know, making hoarder content for the end of the year next year. I'm not getting better at this at all. So what do you guys want to see? That's the big question. What do you want out of this channel? Because I couldn't do any of this stuff without your guys' support, the support of my wife and kids. I'm loving what we're doing, but is there something you want to see different? You want to see more DIY videos? You want to see me shut up and not talk at all? I can't do that. I'm a yapper. If you want me to buy more junk, I only can do what the city says I can, but I want to have fun this year, and I want to see this channel succeed. So let me know what you guys want. If you guys haven't, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. That's something I never say. I guess that way you can get notified of all the somewhat educational videos I'm pumping out all year. And if you guys want to buy some shirts, reach out to me on Instagram, Facebook, C10trucknerd.com, or shoot me an email at itsthechad71.com and get your price and what we have. They're selling pretty quick, which is cool that people want to wear truck nerd shirts and It's the Chad stuff. So I love it. You guys are awesome, and thank you for everything that you do. Well, I appreciate your time, and thanks for watching. It's awesome.